What should the Cavaliers do going into the offseason?
Well, first and foremost, they need they need another bench scorer. I say preferably in like another wing. I think they need another backup big. Uh, and I think they need to go get a cheaper backup guard because Ty Jerome is going to demand because he's a free agent this year, and so he's going to demand a lot of money. But you need something to replace him. Um, they can go get somebody like a DeAnthony Melton or a Trey Jones, or if you want, you can go get Ben and go get some offense somewhere else. But yeah, I think they need a backup big. I think they need a cheaper backup guard, and then they need some more bench scoring.
I thought they needed better wings. I think Max Strus, like on the defensive side, it doesn't work. He's just not a good defender. Like he's just not. And his offense, he's a shooter. When he can't shoot, he useless. That's just how it is. He's useless when he can't hit. We just saw it the other day. Sending out the group text message talk about if y'all don't believe, don't show up, then you go 0 for 9. It's like, come on, brother. So I think they need more. I think they need better wings. Like, obviously, like a Dorian Finney-Smith. If you want to say Max Strus is better, that's fine. But Dorian Finney-Smith brings the defense, and he's a corner 3-point shooter. That's just what they really need. And DeAndre Hunter is still a good player, still a young player, but at the same time, he wasn't really that good in this series. He wasn't really that good. And I agree with you. They do need another bench because Ty Jerome, low key, he kind of lower his salary now because he played terrible in this second round. He played pretty bad. So I don't think what we thought he was gonna get, he might not get. It might be lower. So he might be able to come back to the Cavs and say a cheaper deal. Maybe. Because I do think they need another scorer. Because outside of Ty Jerome on the bench just it wasn't great. And I see a lot of people, and I hear a lot of people say I think it's time to probably trade Jared Allen. It might be time to probably get something different and put Mobley at the 5. Do you agree with that?
No, I think they should keep Jared Allen. What they had worked. It was just that in the playoffs when I'm not DeAndre, when Darius Garland got hurt and Mobley got hurt, it was really only Mitchell out there to score. Then you had Ty Jerome, but he was inconsistent this series. So I don't think they need to let go of Jared Allen. I think they need to go get another scorer because after Garland and Mobley went down, you had Hunter and Donovan, but Donovan was only your really consistent scorer for real. But yeah, if anything, I'd say go get like a Chris Boucher would be a good backup big for them. That way they can still play Mobley and then they can play Boucher who could stretch the floor. He's good defensively. That'd be a decent little pickup for them. And like we said earlier, wings and another backup point. I like Brogdon. Brogdon's a free agent this
He free
offseason. They can
agent?
go pick him up. Yep, they
He
can
free
go pick
agent?
him up. He's a good 3-and-D point guard. He can score. He can facilitate, get your team involved. And you could probably get him on a cheaper deal since he's been injury prone the last couple of years. So you could probably get him on a vet minimum.
I was just gonna ask that too. Like, do you think? I mean, he's not gonna command no 10 million. But I was like, could they
No,
possibly get him on say like, maybe 2 million, maybe 3 million for a year or something like that? You know, that's what I was gonna ask. But it's like he stays hurt a lot. So it's like how reliable how can you depend on him if he's always hurt every single year? Me personally, I'd rather just go back and get Ty Jerome. I'd try to see what his market is, see who offers him. Because like, if you had to guess off top of your head, how much do you think? Even though he played bad this playoffs to a degree, but basically all through year, what do you think his market is? How much do you think he command in the offseason?
well, right now he getting 2 million. He gonna get way more than that. He
Yeah.
gonna get at least 12 to 15, at least,
Okay.
12 to 15, because he been hooping, and then he was six man of the year candidate. The only thing about Ty Jerome, one, he was consistent this year, but I don't believe his production is gonna stay the same. And then on top of that, he doesn't bring me anything defensively. You know what I mean? If we sub you in and our defense drop, yeah, our offense may not drop off, but if our defense drops off, then we letting the other team score and take advantage. You seen what Tyrese did to him when he got switched on him. So it's like you know, and then on top of that, the Cavs, their defensive on the perimeter as far as their guard defense isn't really that good. Donovan is not a primary defender. Darius Garland's not a primary defender, so you got to get a guard in there that can defend. That's why I like a DeAnthony Melton or Trey Jones. Tyrus Jones is a free agent this year too. Tyrus and his brother, both of them. And then Brogdon, I like them.
Cause hold on real quick. Yeah, so like, okay, so obviously we got the starters. We know the starters. We'll just put Max Strus in there. Your bench is Ty Jerome. We expect him to possibly be gone. DeAndre Hunter, he's still there. Sam Merrill, he's just a shooter. Like, that's really all he could do. Isaiah Okoro, his offense is bad. His offense has been bad basically since he's come in the league. Like, he's really just he's just really a defender. So it might be time that you get rid of him. I know they just paid him this offseason, and I think he's getting paid some decent. It's not no 20 mil, but it's some decent. So you might have to try to get rid of him. Like you said, backup big. Honestly, that might be too much for him. He can't give you none on offense. And bro, he was a starter like the last the couple of years before, like, you know, Donovan Mitchell got there and stuff like that. And he basically lost his starting role, and now he's really just a bench player. And he's just a defender. He doesn't give you anything offense. Bro, your backup big is really Tristan Thompson, but he doesn't play. He's just there for mentorship and, you know, that bench guy. Like, so you really, like you said, you really just run into Mobley and Jared Allen, but they stagger their minutes.
D-Wade.
Is he really? If you count him as a backup center, if you count him as one, I don't count him as one, but I get what you're saying. So it's like they do need to address that, but at the end of the day, what centers at least backup? Like who are they gonna get? Like who are they gonna get? And then the thing is, I think Mobley's extension kicks in. That makes the salary cap on their end go up. So there's going to be a lot of things they can't do because of the salary and stuff like that. So they got stuff to do.
There's a couple of good bigs they can go out there and get for the vet minimum. Chris Boucher, Charles Baisley. I wouldn't go get Drummond because he's too slow. But Precious Achiuwa, Steven Adams is a free agent this year. So they got they pick it a little.
From the Rockets. I want him. I need to keep him. And Drummond, I think he has a player option. Most likely gonna pick that up. You know, Drummond, them type of players, you try to get as much money as you can now, and while you in the league. So I think he picks up that player option with the Sixers. I've seen a lot of people say, Joel, shout out to Pickens, I always bring him up. He said they should go after Giannis. Probably trade Darius Garland, Jared Allen, and some picks to get Giannis. What you think about that?
Giannis, Mobley, and
Mitchell,
Donovan. The only thing is Evan Mobley doesn't really like his perimeter game needs more work. If he can do more work on his perimeter game, and his 3-point shot can at least get to like what did he shoot from 3 this year?
Evan Mobley?
Yeah, what did he shoot from 3? Mobley. He shot
37%.
37. Okay, yeah. If he can get that around to like 39 on 5 attempts, then yeah, I could see it working. Because they still gonna need somebody to stretch out there, and shoot that 3. Because Mobley and Giannis, they damn near playing the same areas, the mid post, and the paint. Mobley pops out and shoots 3 sometimes. Well, 3 a game, but he's gonna have to shoot more than that if they go get Giannis. But that's not a bad deal though. That's not a bad deal because then you free up some cap space.
I got a question though. If you're the Bucks, do you do that though? Like if you're the Cavs, I think you do it. But if you're the Bucks, do you do that?
What you gonna do with Dame? That's the
This
other
might be
question.
it
Because
for
if you get
Dame.
rid of Giannis,
This might be
if
it.
you get rid of Giannis and you get Darius Garland and Allen, Dame gotta go.
Well,
Um,
Dame probably. I know we gonna get way more into like the Giannis stuff because it was some breaking news like on Monday. We'll get way more into that. But I think with Dame, it might be it for him in Milwaukee, bro. Like I know, and Tatum just tore his Achilles or whatever, but Dame just tore his Achilles. What? Maybe like 3 weeks before him. And this thing is, it's like this next year's watch. Dame most likely doesn't come back. Then he comes back the next year. He's gonna pick up the player option that he's getting paid like 60 mil. So he's gonna pick that up. And then the thing is, it's like he can't do anything for you. He's most likely not gonna be like real, like back to at least 100%. It's probably gonna be the year after that. So it's like it might be time. You think about trying to trade Dame at least. But I mean, Dame's time in Milwaukee might be up. It might be up, bro. But the thing is with Darius Garland and Jared Allen, those are good players. Don't get me wrong. And Darius Garland he could become a star. You never know. But if you're Milwaukee, are you trying to just stay competitive and probably just be a first round exit with those two and some other okay players, or are you trying to go in full rebuild mode, get younger players, some picks, and move on? Because like those two guys, they ain't gonna put me to like no conference finals, even though you're in the East. They're not putting me no conference finals. Second round, depending on the opponent, maybe, but I don't believe that. So it's like those guys are really just sealing what first round exit.
and then Dame is 34, so he ain't gonna come back till he
36.
35, 36, damn near 36, and get back in full like legit form 37.
He
And by
just
then
turned
he gonna be
34, right?
old.
He just turned. I think he
Yeah,
just turned
I believe
34.
so.
So, and he'll be 35 next year. Then yeah, he won't come back
Nah, he
until he
finna nah,
probably.
he finna turn 35 in July. So he finna
So
turn
he
35.
won't. So we probably won't see Dame really good again until 37. We don't know where he gonna be at 37.
Yeah.
So it's over for Dame. But I
I
mean,
mean, but
go ahead.
If I'm the Bucks, I at least want to stay competitive. You know what I mean? Because if you go into a full rebuild, the next couple of guys coming out, I wouldn't say they really superstars. I mean, granted, they can become anything in the next, year or so. But as of right now, I don't see any really like big superstars coming out of high school. So at least if you do Darius Garland, Jared Allen, y'all might be mid, y'all, but y'all can still be competitive and get like a low lottery or something like that. But maybe you can get something back for Dame too if you trade him to, round your team out. But if
I
they
don't
go
know.
into a rebuild, they're gonna be in a rebuild for the next 5 to 10 years for sure.
5 to 10 years is crazy. Hey, then
They're
five
gonna
to
be in a rebuild
ten,
for the next five,
you
ten
didn't even
years.
take three. That's usually what a
Nah, dude.
rebuild is around 3 to 4.
It's gonna
That's
be
what
longer
it
than
is.
that. It's gonna be longer than
Five
that.
to ten is crazy. 5 to 10.
It's gonna be long because don't nobody want to go to Milwaukee. And then on top of that, there isn't really, like I said, there's no guys in high school right now that you would consider a superstar or maybe an all-star once they get to the league. But like I said, granted, we don't know what they're gonna be in the next year. But as of right now, no.
5 to 10 is crazy. So if you're the Bucks, they offer you those two and some picks. You're the Bucks. You
Fuck
do
around,
that?
do it.
You do it?
Fuck around. Fuck around, yeah.
Like I
That's
said,
the
it
only way
depends.
it's gonna save your team. You can't let Giannis walk anyways, but you can't let him walk. So
I mean, you ain't letting the man walk anyway, but it's like it's just like what if I'm the Bucks? What are we like you said? Do I want to be competitive and just sell some tickets or whatever and just be good and just be a first round exit? Cool, I guess do it. But it's like if we go into a full blown rebuild, you say there's no superstars potentially in the next 5-10 years, which is crazy. But at least it's like those players could potentially be superstars. Darius Garland, Jared Allen. We probably seen the best of Jared Allen. This is probably his peak. This is probably his peak. This is the most we gonna see. Darius Garland has he reached his ceiling?
I don't think so.
Probably not. But it's like, I don't know how much better he could be. So it's like, you have decisions to make. But if I'm the Cavs, I think about doing it, but I do think they might have to make some changes with this team because was low-key a failure. It kind of was a failure of a season, bro. You was a second record-wise, second best team in the league, and you got gentlemen swept. That's unacceptable. That's very unacceptable. Yes, you want injuries played a part, fine. But at the end of the day, we at least thought it can at least go 6, maybe even 7. But you only won one game. And you guys didn't even win at home. None of those times. You guys were 0-3 at home in this series. That's a failure.
Like I said, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't. I'll just keep the team together. Like I said, go get another bench scorer, go get a backup big, and go get you another backup point and try it again. Because like they did have injuries late in the season. If those guys didn't get injured, this would have been a better series than what it was. The Pacers may have still won, but if they definitely would have got more than one game for sure. So I'll run it back. Honestly, I'll run it back.
Shout out to the Pacers, man. They be hoping, bro. They be freaking hoping. But were you shocked that they were down like 41 points in that game? What, 4? Were you shocked? 41 points?
The Cavs?
Yes.
Yeah.
After basically blowing them out in game 3?
Yeah, I thought they were gonna come back with some new life, with some new energy, and I thought they were gonna what you call they was gonna. I didn't think they was gonna blow them out again, but I thought they was gonna win that game for sure. And then everybody was back healthy too.
Yeah, then Donovan Mitchell, he tweaked his ankle in like the shoot around thing before the quarter started.
Before the third. I don't think that would have mattered. Even if he didn't tweak it, bro. They were down like 30 at half? Or
41
like,
at half. 41 at half.
Yeah, they were down 41. Bro, you know how hard that is to come back from? They would have to go on a 20-0 run. And then that's if the Pacers wasn't scoring. And then had to go on another 20-0 run just to get back in the game. No, that's too much. That's too much.
Miles Turner was hoping, bro. He was hoping that game. Bro, he hit like a step back 3. He did a lot of that.
Everything he threw up. Bro, everything they was throwing up was going in. I'm like, damn, they hitting all these threes.
Bro, this is a good team, bro. It's a good team, man. Like, I'm telling you.
I'd rather them face the Knicks though than the Celtics. If the Celtics had Porzingis, then but the way Porzingis looking, man.
He's bad, bro. He's bad, bro.
Is he the new Chandler Parsons? Finessing the NBA? That man finessed the NBA last year and got a ring. Now he finessed the league again this year and went deep in the playoffs again.
No. I think we could both say that Porzingis had I would say a more healthier career than Chandler Parsons. And he was just a better player anyway. I mean, people don't even know what he has. And I know I'm not going to say the word, but people keep saying that A word. I'm not going to say that. I don't think that's it, which is crazy, but that's what people are saying. But they don't know what this this illness is. They don't know what it is.
Bro, they said he been like this since February. Bro, it's May. It's May, and you still they call it a respiratory illness, bro. You telling me just sweating it out and hooping is not enough to get whatever you got going. It got to be something bigger than that, bro.
They say
it got to be something bigger than that.
I don't know. You know, if they do lose or whenever, but basically at the end of the season, it's gonna come out probably eventually what he had. But they said it's basically like he just gets out of breath. He's fatigued. That's why he only plays like 13 minutes. And Joe Mazzulla, like I said, we gonna get way more in depth in that series later. But Joe Mazzulla is basically like, okay, he has this illness. If he just gives us something, we'll keep him in. But if he ain't giving us nothing, we'll just sit him on the bench. And that's exactly what they did yesterday. Just sat on the bench because he can't do nothing. He can't give us anything. But shout out to the Pacers, man. Pacers FC. We going to the finals, man. We going to the finals. Denzel 0-9. Yeah, man. Max Strus, man, sent that text message and was trash. It's crazy. Francisco, my guy. So shit is DJ.
Francisco.
Pacers going to the finals? Of course, brother. Of course they're going to the finals.
Y'all capping, dog.
Who the fuck is Tingus? Tingus is crazy. It's crazy. Who capping?
Y'all is you and Francisco. The Pacers are not going to the finals, dog.
The Pacers could either beat this Celtics team with no JT
Hey.
or the Knicks team.